Already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Listen, listen. Time and energy is the highest forms of currency. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency at all times. You already know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that moolah, chasing that guap, but keeping in front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy is the highest forms of currency at all times. Salute to everybody that's invested in the channel. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Now, did you miss me? Did you miss me, man? You feel what I'm saying? I know these YouTube streets are on fire right now. They are on fire. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I know you missed the perspective of Grown Man Business TV. Now, I'm not going to stay long. I'm not going to stay long, but the DMs are on fire. You know, I check my DMs, and they're flooded. Everybody asking me, yo, GMB TV, what you think about what's going on with Zip with the Drip? What you think about what's going on with Bimmy and Gully TV and the whole situation? 10 toes down. I mean, what's your perspective? And I ain't gonna lie, that's the only reason why I'm speaking on it. The only reason why I'm gonna give y'all, you know, my full thoughts and my full perspective on this situation is because y'all been asking. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now listen, 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 listen. Check this out. You know, forgive me to all my subs, to all my investors. Forgive me. You know, I know I've been missing. I know I went missing for a couple of weeks, but this channel is not called Grown Man Business TV for no reason. This is a lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's going to be times where I go missing for a couple of weeks handling grown man business. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know, YouTube is a pastime, but, you know, I got to reach out. I got to answer the questions that my investors are asking. And again, right now, the whole situation with Zip with the Drip, Bimmy, Gully TV, that's what y'all asking me about. So that's what we going to talk about. Is what it is, be what it's going to be. Now, let's get right into this. Now, you know, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you already know what's going on with Zip with the Drip. You already know what's going on with Bimmy and Gully TV. Now, I want to say this. I want to put this out here before I get into the situation. You know, you already know how me and Zippy got down. You already know me and Zip with the Drip. We done had our back and forths. And I'm the only YouTuber on this app. I'm the only content creator on this app that put a Timberland in Zippy's behind. You understand what I'm saying? Kicked him in his ass a couple of times and got him out of here. You know, the things that I said with Zippy when we was doing our little back and forth thing really struck a nerve. And that's why he still speaks on the kid. That's why he keeps Grown Man Business TV in his mouth like that. Listen, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I told y'all before, it's all business, nothing personal. It's all business, nothing personal. And I seen the clips. You know, I seen the clips of what went down between Bimmy and Zip with the Drip. And regardless of what me and Lil Zippy had going on, I'm not a hater, homie. I'm not going to hate. I'm only going to congratulate. You understand? And I got to say this. Zippy really pulled the rug up under Benny. He pulled the rug from up under Benny. You know, he really exposed homie. And from what I see, you know, from what I see and from what I hear, at this point, it's looking like that paperwork is legit. It's looking like that paperwork is legit. So, I mean, like I said, me and Lil Zippy had our back and forths. You know, Zippy know who Grown Man Business TV is. He know not to play with me. He know not to you know, he know not to play with the kid. You understand what I'm saying? But regardless of what me and Zippy had going back and forth, I'm not a hater. And I gotta say, you know, Zippy is really, you know, Yosemite Sam of this thing right now. He got two guns blazing, and you know, Bimmy stepped in the line of fire, and it's not looking good. But it's a reason why y'all come to Grown Man Business TV. It's a reason why y'all come over here, because of the perspective. See, I'm going to say something that not no YouTuber has said yet. I'm going to say something to y'all that no YouTuber has said about this situation yet. That's why y'all come here. You understand what I'm saying? So salute to everybody that's tapped in. Salute to everybody that's going to tap in after the live. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I'm telling you, the perspective I'm about to give y'all is really gonna open your eyes. Now, Zip with the drip pulled the paperwork. He been going back and forth with 10 Toes Down. 10 Toes Down been calling him a rat, called his daddy a rat, called his brother a rat, called Lil Zippy the son of a rat. You feel what I'm saying? And Zippy pulled the paperwork out on Bimmy. Now, I want to address that first and foremost. Why not run down on 10 Toes? See, I told y'all these rappers are actors and these YouTubers are the same thing. These YouTubers are actors. These content creators are actors. And I'm going to break this down because one thing for sure, two things for certain, Lil Zippy, you are no longer a hooligan. You are no longer a street dude. You are no longer a hooligan. You are no longer a shooter or a thug. You are now officially a YouTuber, Lil Zippy with the drippy. You a YouTuber, homie. See, you can't play both sides of the fence. You can't be a hooligan. You can't be a thug. You can't be a street dude. You can't be all of these things and a YouTuber, a content creator at the same time. So you know, you can't straddle the fence. It's going to become a time where you're going to have to just sit down, look in the mirror, and realize that your hooligan days are over. Your hooligan, listen, why do I say that? Grown Man Business TV, why do you say that Lil Zippy with the drippy is no longer a hooligan or a street dude or a shooter? That's because when have you ever seen hooligans bring paperwork to the internet? When have you ever seen thugs and shooters talk so much on the internet? Again, this is no hate, but I gotta bring the grown man business perspective, and I'm gonna definitely give y'all something to think about on this live stream. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave y'all with food for thought. Yeah, this ain't McDonald's, this ain't microwave. I'm gonna leave y'all with food on your ribs. You're gonna have something to digest, sit with. You understand? So, Zippy, you're a YouTuber. This is prime YouTube real estate. This is what you're doing. You are a YouTuber. You are now a content creator because, you know, bringing that paperwork on to YouTube, having those conversations with Bimmy on YouTube, having these street conversations is not something that a hooligan does. Thugs don't talk on the internet. Hooligans don't talk on the internet. Now, if 10 Toes Down called you a rat, if 10 Toes Down called your daddy a rat, called your mama a rat, called your brother a rat, then you supposed to take that up with 10 Toes Down. And trust me, New York is not hard to find somebody. It ain't 10 Toes ain't ducking, Zip with the drip. It ain't nothing going down like that. In New York, it ain't hard to find, especially if you a hooligan. You understand? So if you felt the way about what 10 Toes was saying, you supposed to found 10 Toes, ran down on 10 Toes, and either talked it out or sparked it out. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But instead, you get the paperwork of Bimmy, right? And again, looks like official paperwork. It looks like official paperwork, and you expose Bimmy to the world, to the YouTube streets. You know, nationwide, we all see what's going down, and we all looking at this paperwork, and Bimmy is not looking good, my boy. It's not looking good, homie, right? So this is YouTube games. This is what these YouTubers do. This is what the content creators do. This is what you're gonna have to do to take your channel to the next level. I told y'all this. Now, me and Zip, we had our back and forth, but that wasn't something that I expected to take me to the next level. You know, I'm just addressing real facts. I'm just addressing grown man business when it comes to these dudes. That's all. When it comes, especially with these jail dudes. But what Zip is doing, oh, the YouTube games that Zippy with the drippy is playing is what's going to take your channel to the next level. There is no way. I told y'all it's a portal. These rappers are actors, and these YouTubers, they actors too. Because if Zippy was a real hooligan, he would have found 10 Toes by now. Yeah, he would have walked down on 10 Toes, and they would have had to have a conversation. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, this is where it gets deep at. This is where it gets deep, my G. You know, Zip with the drip still hasn't found 10 toes. He still hasn't addressed the main guy that's calling him a rat, the main guy that's speaking on him, the main guy that called his daddy and his brother a rat. But now he's focused on Bimmy, and he exposed Bimmy. And you know, you got to understand something. These jail dudes, these so-called hooligans turned content creators, you know, they gonna tell y'all, they're gonna tell the public that they play by the street rules. They're gonna tell the public that they're real ziggers. They real like that. But when you get into this portal with YouTube, when you start playing this game, it takes all the realness out of you, homie. It takes all the realness out of you. You're no longer a hooligan when you're on YouTube screaming and cussing and yelling and having live conversation about street activity. Yeah, he looked like he told. I mean, your name on the Affidavit, you ratted, kid. That's a classic Nas line. I gotta give I gotta give him that. You know, scary ass niggas that's scared to do they bids. Yeah, we running wild and wild. You can't live. Like, that's classic Nas. And Bimmy, you know, you saying that you signed the Affidavit, I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. I mean, it's right there. You ain't got to look too far behind the smoke and mirrors to see right there what's in front of your face. But these rappers are actors. And these new age YouTubers, these content creators, they are actors too. Now, a lot of the subscribers, they in the live chat, and they taking this to heart. They eating it up. They believe that these dudes are real, and I'm going to break down to you exactly why they not real. I'm gonna expose right now exactly why Lil Zippy with the Drippy is not real. You understand what I'm saying? Why these YouTubers are actors just like these rappers within this industry that they playing in. See, I gotta salute y'all, man. You know, so I gotta salute all my investors that's in the DMs because y'all been looking for me. Yo, where you at? I'm handling real life business, grown man business. You know, did you miss me? Did you miss the perspective? Did you miss the real, homie? I carved out a lane for the real, and here we are. Now, let's get into it. Now, I want to say this before we get any deeper, right? Salute to Gully TV. I rock with Gully TV. You know what I'm saying? I like his content just like everybody else. You know, I peep his content every now and then. He got classic interviews on this YouTube thing. He's a young legend in these YouTube streets. Salute to Gully, Philly. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to really show y'all the hypocrisy in this, the BS that's lies in the midst. You understand? The BS behind the lies, the truth. I gotta expose it, and I'm about to break this down on exactly where the chinks in the armor is. You know, you ain't heard no other content creator come from this angle right here. Now, Lil Zippy is real. He tells his content creators that he's a hooligan. Yeah. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, Zip calls 10 Toes Down a raccoon. Because he says, you know, Bimmy is a rat. Allegedly, that's what he's saying. Bimmy is a rat. And Zip with the Drip says, if you eat out the same trash can with the rats, then you a raccoon. If you riding around the streets with a rat, you a raccoon. If you hanging around the streets with a rat, you are a raccoon. This is Zippy's words, right? But looking through the clips in my DMs, I see a clip of Gully TV. And again, salute to Gully TV. But I see a clip of a live, and Gully TV says in his live stream, I don't care what Bimmy did 30 years ago. I'm riding with Bimmy. I don't care if he told. I'm riding with Bimmy. I'm rolling with Bimmy. That's still my homie. It don't matter what's in the paperwork. It don't matter what Zip with the Drip say. I'm riding with Bimmy. So you got to ask yourself now, you know, because, you know, Zip with the Drip and Gully are best friends. They do music together. They do business together. Now, you got to ask yourself, is Zippy going to call Gully TV a raccoon as well? Because just like 10 Toes Down, Gully TV said he's riding with Bimmy. He's riding with Bimmy. Now we all hear Zip with the Drip on the Pillmatic CD. You know, Gully says he's gonna have Zip with the Drip on the Pillmatic too. You know, fire music. You feel what I'm saying? And now we're gonna see, and I want y'all all to keep your eyes open to see if Lil Zippy keeps the same energy he got with 10 Toes Down, if he keep that same energy with Gully TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now this is where Grown Man Business TV plays a major part in these YouTube streets. This is where Grown Man Business TV, his voice is more powerful than CNN, than Fox News, than the Breakfast Club. My voice is powerful because I bring that fine silver lining between the BS and the realness. Now, even the clips that I saw earlier, it was people in Gully TV live stream, and they were saying, what you gonna do? Like, you gonna ignore the paperwork? You gonna still hang with Benny? And Gully was snapping. Gully was saying, yo, get out my live stream. Broke, y'all niggas is broke, y'all X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with Bimmy. It don't matter what Zip say. It don't matter what the paperwork say. So now I want to see Zip call Gully a raccoon. Because, Zippy, you said that anybody that eats with a rat is a raccoon. And Gully been eating with Bimmy. Gully TV got a book with a whole chapter honoring Bimmy. That's his dog. That's his man. And he already said out of his own mouth. Because I'm gonna do a video about this, and I'm gonna put it in the clips. Y'all already know. Y'all already know how I do with the clips. I'm gonna put it in the clips. Gully TV said out of his own mouth, he don't care about the paperwork. He don't care what Bimmy did 30 years ago. He's riding with Bimmy. So is Gully TV a raccoon? Are you still going to do music with Gully TV? Are y'all still going to ride out together even though his best friend is a paid informant, a confidential informant? This is where Grown Man Business plays a major role, because I've been telling y'all these jail dudes, it's not real. These hooligans, these so-called shooters, they want to be in the industry. They'll sacrifice any amount of integrity to be in the industry. So one thing for sure, two things for certain. Zippy exposed Bimmy. I mean, beautiful work. I can't lie. Watching the clips of Lil Zip, exposing Bimmy, it gave me 1090 Jake feels. I just want to, 1090 Zip. 1090 Zip. I ain't, I haven't seen one video of 1090 Jake exposing a confidential informant that good. I mean, Zip, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. You definitely should hop in that lane on and exposing rats. That's your thing, homie. That's your thing. You feel what I'm saying? It was prime time television. It was prime time television. You feel what I'm saying? But it made me think. My wheels started turning. I started seeing red flags all over the field. Because if you got that type of energy for 10 Toes Down, you got to have that same type of energy for Gully TV. Yeah. See, when you stand on business and you stand on Grown Man Business and your word is your bond, then that mean it don't have no picks, homie. That mean it don't have no picks. That mean it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. I'm going to use your famous lines. A square is a square. A circle is a circle. A rat is a rat. You feel what I'm saying? And either you a rat or you a rat lover. Either you a rat or you a raccoon. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that again solidify my point when I tell you these dudes is actors. These rappers are actors. And a lot of, this what was mind-boggling. This is one of the things I had to point out. A lot of the people that was in Gully TV's live stream, they were approaching Gully because they believe Gully TV to be, a certified street dude. They believe that Gully TV stands on morals. They believe that Gully TV has some principles. But as soon as his best man, as soon as one of his best friends get exposed for being a rat, now now you moving the goalposts. Now the rules change. Now you don't care if he's a rat. You don't care what he did 30 years ago. But let me tell you this. Let that have been any other content creator. Let that have been somebody that Gully TV don't rub shoulders with, and he wouldn't have been singing the same song. He would have been calling that dude, you know what he would have been calling him. The dribble. So you got to be able to see through the smoke and mirrors, man. And the one thing that separates me from each and every last content creator on this app is that I stand on grown man business. You know, the shooters, they not gangster to me. The hooligans, they not gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? The men that stand on business, that's gangster to me. The men that stand on their word, that's gangster to me. The men that stand on their morals and their principles, regardless of what it is, whatever it is, as long as you stand on it, that's gangster to me. So it was a beautiful thing seeing Zip expose Bimmy, but it's a lot that's going to come with that. It's a lot more than just exposing that man and then moving on. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you really stuck your neck out there for views and likes and subscriptions, homie. Now that you did that, because what's done is done. Now we're going to see if you stand on business. Now we're going to see if, just like all of the other New Yorkers that pick and choose what rats they choose to hang with. Yeah, it ain't just New Yorkers. It's looking like Philly too, because Gully's from Philly and Bimmy is obviously, allegedly, yeah, he allegedly took the cheese. Yeah, your name's on the Affidavit. You're at it, kid. I ain't gonna lie, that was classics. That was classic. Your name on the Affidavit. You're at it, kid. Scary ass dudes that be scared to do they bid. Fucking, we run wild and then why? You can't live. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he talks about Trench's news, right? Calls him a rat, laughs at him, say he took the cheese. But as soon as we see paperwork on Bimmy, now you don't care. Now, you don't mind what he did 30 years ago. That's still your man. See? See how the game going? Like I said, a lot of these subscribers, they eat this information up. So these dudes, they believe what these content creators are pushing. They believe the narrative that they're pushing, and it shocks them. It really, because it was a couple of dudes in Gully TV's live stream that was like, yo, I can't believe you, Gully. I'm out of here. And I want to kind of like elaborate on this point too. When the dudes in Gully TV's live stream said that they wasn't rocking with Gully, Gully started to cuss them out. He started calling them broke. He started calling them suckers. Because these content creators really feel like if you're in the live chat, if you're in the comment section, then you're a sucker. You're a lame. You see what I'm saying? Now, one minute they talk with y'all. One minute, they convincing y'all to buy their merch. One minute they rocking with y'all, but as soon as you say something they don't like, soon as you say something they don't agree with, now you broke. Now you a sucker. Now you in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And you X, Y, and Z. See, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Gully TV, he can't call me broke. Zippy with the drippy, he can't call me broke. He can't approach me like they approach these other content creators. You understand what I'm saying? The voice is powerful, and I stand on business. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be at all times. At all times. I'm only here to expose the real. These dudes convince y'all to send them super chats, send them money. These dudes in your comment sections is the ones supporting you. And as soon as they question you about Bimmy, now they broke. Now you don't rock with them. Now you telling them to eat a Frank, X, Y, and Z. You feel what I'm saying? What Zip did with Bimmy is touchy. It's a touchy situation because it's a lot of people that rock with Bimmy. It's a lot of people that play tough, play like they street, play like they abide by these certain rules. And these guys are going to have to now pick and choose. They're going to really have to pick a side when it comes to what's going on with Bimmy and Zip. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Like I said, man, nothing personal. It was only business. And what I saw Zip do to Bimmy the other night with with everything that's in my DMs, I gotta salute up on that, bitch. Fire. Fire. It was fire. You understand? I mean, he had the whole pamphlet of paperwork. He read the paperwork very thoroughly. If you ask me, it's legit. It's legit paperwork. But like I told y'all, this app is a portal. So just when you think that you popping, just when you think that you getting some traction, just when you think you getting some motion, here it come. Zip, you gonna have to sell some integrity. You gonna have to pick a side, homie. Yeah, and the first fence you gonna have to hurdle is what you gonna do with Gully TV, because Gully say he's still rocking with Bimmy. Gully say he's still rocking with a rat. So is Gully a raccoon? Yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I've been ripping and running, homie. I've been doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my DMs are flooded, and I don't even speak on Lil Zippy no more. But I've been seeing in my DMs as well that Zip still speaks on Grown Man Business TV, and the reason for that is because you know I'm the only YouTuber that steamrolled Lil Zippy. Yeah, the jokes, you know what I'm saying? You can be a comedian, but you don't want to have dialogue with me because I'm the only one that put a Timberland boot in Lil Zippy's ass. I struck a nerve with Lil Zippy, and I didn't have to call him a rat. I didn't have to lie on him. I didn't have to disrespect him in certain ways like these other content creators, because Grown Man Business is going to speak for itself. It's a lifestyle, homie. Grown Man Business is a lifestyle. So I got dudes in New York going to get their CDL license, they Class A CDL license. I got inboxes, I got DMs, I got comments with subscribers and investors telling me, yo, I'm going to get my CDL license. Hey, big GMB TV. The little back and forth that you and Zippy had convinced me to go get my CDL license and go get some money. You feel what I'm saying? Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm the only one that's kicked Lil Zippy in his ass and he couldn't do nothing about it. I'm the only one that did that. But neither here or there. What Lil Zippy did with Bimmy was astronomical. It was classic work, my G. I ain't gonna lie to you. I get choked up when I see it. It's funny, man. Like, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's the illest thing. But it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep. Again, I gotta say this. Lil Zippy, you are officially a YouTuber. I ain't gonna say you a big YouTuber, but you are officially a YouTuber, homie. You are not a hooligan. You are not a thug. You are not a gangster. You are not a shooter. Cause the way you talk on this app, the way you talk, if you was to do anything, you already told on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? If you was to make any type of move as a hooligan, as a shooter, as a thug, all the people I have to do is rewind some of your live streams and you done already told on yourself. It's a reason why Lil Zippy ain't run down on 10 toes. You got all this animosity. You got all this energy because 10 toes called you a rat. 10 toes called your daddy a rat. 10 toes called your brother a rat. I mean, he just said your whole house is rat infested. Your whole family is rat infested. And instead of you finding 10 toes, instead of you handling business like a hooligan, like a goon, like a shooter, you got on this app and you started creating content. Yeah. You got on this app and you started creating content. You didn't go out in the streets and find 10 toes down. You didn't go out in the streets and get with Bimmy and meet up with 10 toes down and handle it like men. You brought it to this app. You made it public information. So we all have the right to speak on it. You feel what I'm saying? And my investors was highly invested in me speaking on this situation. I'm not going to make this a long live, but I had to tap in. If 10 toes down is a raccoon, then what do you call Gully TV? If 10 toes down is a raccoon because he eats out the same trash cans with a rat, then what do you call Gully TV? What do you call him, Zip? I mean, your name's on the Affidavit. You're erratic. You're erratic, kid. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, homie. Your name's on the Affidavit. You're erratic, kid. I gotta agree with Zippy with that. Lil Zippy, I agree with you on that. I heard that line when Nas dropped I Am, and I felt it the same way you felt it. When Nas dropped that CD, I didn't even know what an Affidavit was. I just heard him say that, and I knew instantly, if your name is on the Affidavit, you erratic, kid. Hey, Bimmy, you said you signed the Affidavit. That right there sealed the deal, homie. Bimmy, listen. You said that you signed the Affidavit. When I saw the clip, again, salute to my investors. I'm going through the clips in my DMs, and I get to a clip because, Zip does very long live streams, and I'm blocked from his live streams. I can't comment. I can't. He got me blocked. So I get the clips, my investors, they chop it up and they send it to me. And I saw a clip of Bimmy admitting out of his own mouth that he signed an Affidavit. I mean, I don't know. Bibby, I don't know. It don't matter if KK went to jail. It don't matter if KK ran. You said you signed the Affidavit. And Nas said out of his own mouth in one of his classic bars, your name's on the Affidavit. You ratted, kid. Salute. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. That's let me tell y'all youngsters something. This might be going a little left, but that back in the days when those type of albums came out, those albums had food for thought. Those albums stuck to your ribs. We could literally listen to those albums and we would get words and bars to live by. They would, that type of rap gave us words and bars to live by. And it's crazy because, like he said, dudes up north with tattoo tears, your name's on the Affidavit. You ratted, kid. Scary ass niggas that be scared to do they bid. Okay, we run wild and then why? You can't live. Got your fly niggas who relocated down south. Got your thoroughbred niggas who relocated down south. All of a sudden, we got Crips and Bloods. DTs running around quick to split your mug. Let's easy to score, but it's hard to get your shit off. Niggas fighting over 100 cells, hit the block, slide off. With a fiend running down the block, happy as hell. Niggas mad cause they ain't get a piece of that cell. Cutthroat connivers, universal ghetto survivors. Go to any hood that's live and make it lava. Like these is classic bars. Classic bars that when we put those CDs in, we was able to take that food for thought, digest it, sit down and think about it and live by it. So, when I saw the clip of Bimmy saying that he signed the Affidavit, I instantly thought of Nas saying that. And then I saw, furthermore, I saw clips of Zippy saying the bar, and I just had to say, like I said, nothing personal, all business. But I gotta agree with Zip, homie. Your name's on the Affidavit. You ratted, kid. You ratted, kid. And I was expecting to see Gully TV say, listen, that's my dog, but if your name on the Affidavit, you ratted, kid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna move forward with that. I gotta sit and think about that. You know, that's deep. That's deep. You know, that's my man. And he never told me that, you know, his name was on the Affidavit. That's my man. I got a whole chapter in my book about Bimmy, and he never told me that he was a confidential informant. Maybe he's not my man, but instead, Gully said he don't care what Zippy got. Gully TV said out of his own mouth, he don't care what paperwork Zippy got. He don't care what Zippy say. He riding with Bimmy. So now I'm curious, you know, now I gotta see if Zip with the drip gonna keep the same energy that he got for 10 Toes Down, if he gonna keep that same energy for Gully TV, or is he gonna go through Pillmatic too? You know what I'm saying? Because if you gonna ride with Gully, then that let me know all that's talk, homie. You just talking. The more you talk on this internet, the further and further away you are from being a hooligan. You know, the hooligan you claim to be, you know, the shooter that you claim to be, you know, you talking more on the, you talk, Zippy, I'm gonna say this, you talking more than a CI. I mean, you talking more than a confidential informant on this app. I mean, go back and listen to your live streams. You get real excited and you just get to talking, boy. You get to talking what you gonna do, you know, what you gonna do if you see somebody, and what you gonna do this, and you even, let me tell you something. I saw a clip of Zippy explaining how KK was cutting the enemy while they was in jail. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is that right? I mean, is that telling? You done got on this app. You done got on this app and you done broke down that you saw KK take a Mexican, stretch his arms out, and cut him. And say, Jesus. And cut him again. And say, G. Like, you telling about crimes that was committed. Even if it was in jail, you on this app talking, homie. You talking more than a confidential informant. You done got on this app. You getting some motion and you talking. New York has been rat infested for a long time. And Zippy, I'm not going to call you a rat, but I'm going to say this. You talking more than a confidential informant. Looking at these dudes, man, and then when I double back and I look at a 6'9", I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to have a little bit of leeway for a 6'9", because he said this. 6'9" said these dudes all talking. So why y'all mad at me for like? And I'm looking at the so-called hooligans, how y'all coming to this internet, how y'all coming to this YouTube, and y'all doing this. New York has been rat infested for a long time, homie. It's disgusting work. Oh, it's disgusting work, man. You literally got on this app and told us all, whoever was watching, whoever sees the clips, that KK was in jail cutting dudes down the chest, splitting them open. Why would you? So my real, you know, I told y'all I've carved out a lane for the real. That's the main thing that I did when I came to this app. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be famous for this. I don't want to be a famous YouTuber. I don't need a podcast, and I ain't trying to do no interviews and all of that. I like what I'm doing when I come to this app. When I line in, I carved out a lane for the real. So you come to Grown Man Business TV to get a taste of the real. Now, everybody else, they talking about Bimmy being a rat. They talking about Zip and 10 Toes Down. But I had to break down the infrastructure of the situation. You're going to have the same energy that you got for 10 Toes Down, for Gully TV. You're going to keep it real. Or you gonna call 10 Toes a raccoon, and then you gonna go get on Pillmatic too with Gully TV, even though Gully TV is best friends with a rat. Gully TV, in your words, is a raccoon. So if Gully is a raccoon because he eats out the same plate with a rat, then what that make you? You might be a possum. Yeah, yeah. You a possum. You hang upside down in the tree and you wait for the rat and the raccoon to get done eating, and then you go down and you get the scraps and you scrape it up. Yeah, yeah. See, Zippy, I'm the only YouTuber that put a Timberland boot in your ass. I'm the only YouTuber you wasn't able to wild up. You know, you said wild them up. You ain't wild me up. You speak my name because what I say sting, homie. What I say struck a nerve. So if Bimmy is a rat, 10 Toes Down and Gully TV are raccoons for hanging with a rat, then you a possum, homie. Yeah. One of them dirty, filthy animals that hang upside down in the tree, jump out the trash can when you try to take your trash out at night. You ever went to try to take your trash? See, I'm from the South. You ever went to try to take your trash out at night? Open that trash lid up and a big ass possum hop out. Oh, scared. Oh, it's a goddamn possum. Oh, shit. Yeah. You might not know. We don't rock with possums where I'm at. Where I'm from, we don't rock with possums. You hang upside down in the tree, we don't rock. Yeah, you might just be a possum. Beware what you do on this app for clicks and views, my G. Beware. Salute to everybody that's in the chat, man. You know, I set back, you know what I'm saying? I've been moving around. Y'all already know how I give it up. I'm moving around. I'm crossing state lines at all times. And I took a conscious decision, and I said, I'm going to take a couple of days off. I'm gonna get back to what's going on with YouTube in a couple of days, maybe a week or so. And I've been watching these content creators. I've been seeing what's going on in the YouTube streets. And I sat back and I said, you know what? I'm going to give them the real. Everybody's talking about the same thing. Everybody's talking about Zip exposing Bimmy. But nobody's asking Zip why he ain't run down on 10 Toes yet. If you such a hooligan, why you ain't seen 10 Toes yet? He outside. Why you ain't went and approached that man? Why you begging Bimmy to talk to 10 Toes and tell? Why you think that Bimmy can tell another grown man what to call you? Why you think Bimmy could tell another man what to say? Why you so mad at Bimmy? Bimmy can't make 10 Toes called you a rat. He called your mama a rat. He called your grandmama, God bless her soul. He called your grandmama a rat. He called your brother a rat. Called your daddy a rat. Called your uncle a rat. And you asking Bimmy to talk to him. That ain't what hooligans do, Zippy. That ain't what hooligans do. That's what content creators do. That's what YouTubers do. That ain't what shooters do. He disrespects your whole family and you begging Bimmy to talk to him. And then when Bimmy can't get a grown man in pocket, because 10 Toes is a grown man if you like it or not. Bimmy can't tell him what to do. You expose Bimmy. And you think that, and you feel like you got off on Bimmy. And I ain't gonna lie, you did. Yeah, you got off on him. Whew. You got off on him. You got off on him. I'm not Bimmy though, so that's why I can speak on this in a certain manner and bring it to the light. Now that you expose Bimmy and you call 10 Toes a raccoon, now you got to look at Gully TV sideways, because Gully say he ain't rock. Gully say Bimmy is his dog, and Gully TV say he don't care what Bimmy did 40 years ago. He's rocking with his man. I bet you don't have the same energy for Gully TV. I bet you don't call Gully TV a raccoon, but I'm calling you a possum. Yeah, you like to play possum, homie. You like to play possum. You like to play gangster. You like to play hooligan. And then you come to this app and you start creating content. So I'm going to call you what you are. You a possum. You playing hooligan, but you a content creator, Zippy with the drippy. You a content creator, homie. You a YouTuber. Officially. You did it. You made it to the league, homie. Your name, hey, Bimmy, your name is on the Affidavit. You ratted, kid. I'm so you ratted, kid. You might as well just, Bimmy, you might as well just come clean, man. Let us know what happened, homie. It's public information, man. They done put you out there. They done gave your work out there. They done see. I wanna, salute. I wanna really address this part. I'm a street nigga that went corporate, homie. I'm a street nigga that made it out the streets and made it to the other side of the game. You understand? So, I done been to Rikers Island before. I done caught some real charges before. I know how I feel to have to pay a lawyer. I done been to the tombs in New York. I done been to Rikers Island. In VA, I been to 811. If you from Norfolk, you know about 811. I done been to the farm out there in Newport News before they tore it down. I'm a real one. I'm a real street nigga that took it to the next level. So I'm not one of the dudes that's on the sidewalk. I'm not one of the dudes like they be taught. I'm one of the dudes that was in the middle of the street, knee deep in the street. And in due time, I came to the sidewalk. The problem is these dudes want y'all to think they really in the streets. Gully, I ain't gonna say disappointed, but I was shocked. I was pretty much shocked when I heard Gully TV say he don't care about the paperwork, that he's still right. So we know, Gully, you not a street, you not like that no more. And I don't think that you portray to be like that. So you should say that you are a civilian. Civilians call the police. Civilians are able to hang with confidential informants with no repercussion. But Zippy, you playing possum, homie. You want the people to think you still in the street. You want the people to think you a shooter. And then when you come to this app and I listen to the clips from my investors, you can't shoot nobody, Zippy. You talk too much on this app. If you was to do harm to somebody, if you was to do what hooligans do, all the people that have to do is come listen to your live stream, and there they got all the information they need. They got all the incriminating evidence that they need against you. Real hooligans don't create content. Real hooligans don't want to be on camera. Real hooligans, if somebody called a daddy a rat, they gonna go to the street, they gonna meet up, they're gonna have a conversation, or they gonna gun it out. Pick one. So it's gonna take an ex-street dude turn grown man business to really break that down for you. Is what it is, it'll be what it's gonna be. Hey, Bimmy. Yeah. Yeah, your name's on the Affidavit. 10 toes for what Zippy say you a raccoon because you riding around with a rat. But Gully done wrote a whole book about that rat. Gully don't care what that rat did. He don't care if he was working 18 years ago. He don't care. That's his homie. Yeah. Real street dudes, it don't even have to be a body involved. It don't even have to be, gunfire. A real hooligan will find that. Listen, you call my daddy, you call my mama, my brother a rat, and I was still in the streets, and we in the same city or we in the same vicinity, I'ma see you, homie. That's why that's why I can talk about this type of stuff. Because if you go to VA and you get to asking the right people about Grown Man Business TV, they're gonna tell you, oh, he TTG. Grown Man Business TV, you talking about Lil E with the waves? That's what they call me where I'm from. You talking about Lil E with the waves? Oh, he trained to go. He trained to go. So we ain't gotta shoot it out, but we gonna scrap it out. Yeah, we gonna settle that. You call me a rat. You call my daddy a rat. You call my brother, my mama, you calling my family and saying that we rat infested while I was still in the streets, in the middle of the streets. I'm gonna come see you. The last thing I would have ever done is came to YouTube and created content about that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell you what I'm gonna do. I don't want to make videos about what I'm gonna do, because after I do it, it's done. That's why I know too, like a dude like Zippy in my town wouldn't even be around right now. He wouldn't have made it out. He bullies a lot of you New York dudes. He's a bully to you New Yorkers. But where I'm from, somebody would have, yeah, somebody would have did that a long time ago. Wouldn't be no talking. That's not how it played outside of New York. Just like you Chicago, a lot of the Chicago dudes are gangster in Chicago, just like King Von. But when they come down south, when they come to Atlanta, you get, yeah, your nose get wiped. See what I'm saying? So one thing for sure, two things for certain. The dudes on YouTube that claim to be jail dudes, the ex-convicts, the gangsters, the hooligans, the shooters, in due time, they're only going to expose they're just content creators. It's inevitable. You can't come into this app and you can't do both, because if you are doing both, when you come to this app, you're only exposing yourself. Feel what I'm saying? So, you know, again, again, I gotta agree with what I saw when it comes to the clips for that paperwork. Oh, the case numbers up there. The case numbers up there. I mean, that's official. That's official tissue, homie. That kind of paperwork you can't just type up, homie. Trust me. You can't just type. You can't just type it up. And even if Zip didn't have the paperwork, that man Bimmy said that he signed the Affidavit. That's it. Right then and there. Bimmy, you need to explain. One thing you didn't explain on Gully TV is how you ended up signing the Affidavit and why. You beat around the bush, Bimmy. Like, it's looking bad for you, Bimmy. It's looking bad for you. If you haven't carved out a lane for the real, you shouldn't be getting that Zippy. If you haven't carved out a lane for the real, you should have stayed out a little Zip way, because, you know, he ain't no pushover. It take a grown man to put belt to ass when it come to Lil Zippy. And that's why this is Grown Man Business TV. It take a grown man to put belt to ass. Bimmy? Crazy, man. Crazy work, man. The YouTube streets are on fire right now. It's slit. It's slit in the YouTube streets. And, you know, you got to understand something. I came to bring you the real, and I came to bring you a perspective that nobody... Think about this, right? You think people in New York City just found out that Bimmy was a rat? You think they been knew? That paperwork been floating around for a long time. But because they finally found somebody that's talkative. See, the real hooligans, let me think about this. Whoever had that paperwork, they could have easily got on YouTube, made a video, and read that paperwork and exposed Bimmy a long time ago. The reason why they gave it to Zip is because Zip ain't no hooligan. Zip, you a YouTuber. You ain't no better than 1090 Jake. You might as well make up with 1090 Jake and y'all do a show together. Reading paperwork, playing police games on YouTube. So somebody gave Zippy that paperwork because they ain't gonna read it. You don't get no credit. You don't really get no real stripes for reading paperwork on you know, you 1090 Zip. I'm gonna start calling you 1090 Zip. You are 1090 Junior. Oh. So, so, yo, yo, I'm looking at the clip like, wow, I ain't see the live. I got clips in my DMs. I got like, yo, I got a gang of clips. Them lives must be 3 hours long because I got a gang of different clips. And Zippy, you are 1090 Junior. Zip with the drip is 1090 Junior. 1090 sunned you, boy. He gave you a whole, you took his whole style. You know, you love his style, son. You love his style because you was reading that paperwork better than I ever seen 1090 read. I ain't seen nobody on YouTube read that paperwork better than you, Zippy. So the hooligans that been had that paperwork, the dude that gave Zippy that paperwork, he didn't want that kind of action. He didn't want that type of fame. You don't get no stripes for being 1090 Junior. That ain't gangster. That ain't hooligan like. That ain't street. To come on YouTube and play police games and come on YouTube and act like you a district attorney or something. You sound like a district attorney, homie. Zip, man. You know? Salute to the investors, man. Salute to everybody that's invested. And salute to everybody that's tapped into the real. We not worried about numbers. We don't do this for numbers. I'm sure you already know. I'm sure you can tell. I'm sure. Gully, you know, Gully TV said he rocking with Bimmy. Gully TV said he rocking. He don't care what that man did 30 years ago. But let me tell you this. He had something to say about Trench's news, though. You feel what I'm saying? He has something to say about Gunna, wanna, Gunna, Donatello, Gunatello. I'm gonna tell. You know, Gully has something to say about that. Gully wasn't feeling Gully wasn't feeling Gunatello telling on Young Thug. But now he don't mind that his homie, his best man, somebody that he wrote a whole chapter in the book about, is a confidential informant, allegedly. That paperwork look real. I don't even really want it, but you know, it's YouTube. I don't want to slander the man, but the paperwork shit got a docket numbers in case. No, come on, son, you can't. You anybody know this? And then I'm an ex-street nigga. I was in the streets. I was really like that. I didn't have to catch listen, I could have caught a body 100 times if I wanted to. You understand what I'm saying? But I always been articulate. I always understood and I could see through the smoke and mirrors. And before I just, you know, delete somebody that looked just like me. I mean, sometimes it gotta be that, but that situation, yeah, that wasn't that. So you know, this is, you know, I went to Rikers Island with my DC. And I came home with my shoelaces. I was in the tombs. It was, I'm smoking, but it was bud in the tombs. I know about night court. I caught my charges. I caught my charges up north. I caught my charges in Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I see. You know, I know what I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at you content creators, homie. You a content creator. You a YouTuber now. So somebody came to your door, knocked, boom, boom, boom. Yo, left the paper. Yo, here go the paperwork because you a YouTuber. So trying to act like you X, Y, and Z and talking about shootings and all that, even that, to me, you talking too much. Even if you did the case, because I'm going to leave y'all with this. An hour of power. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Why didn't Lil Zip read his own paperwork to y'all the same way he read Bimmy's paperwork? I'm going to leave y'all with this. You got to ask yourself. 10 toes down been begging Lil Zip to pull his paperwork out because I want to say this. Either it's me or something's going on with the law in New York that I ain't never heard of. Because Plexico Burris got like 5 years for shooting himself in the leg. He shot himself in the leg and got 5 years. And you telling me you caught a body, you deleted somebody, and you only got 5 years probation? And then when 10 Toes Downs asks you to read your paperwork, you never do it. But when it come to Bimmy, oh, you turn to 1090 Junior. You read that paperwork better than your dad. Bruh, you read that paperwork better than your daddy 1090 Jake, because when it come to YouTube content, 1090 Jake is your daddy. I ain't gonna lie, son. Son, listen to me, son. You read that paperwork better than 1090 Jake. You read that paperwork so good. You read it so good that I had to give you the name 1090 Junior. So I gotta leave my people with this. Why you didn't read your own paperwork like that? Why was you dibbling and dabbling and fumbling and mumbling when it came to your own paperwork? But you were speaking real clear. I mean, you spoke very clear. You spoke so clear about Bimmy's paperwork that I'm highly convinced. I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you. The way you read his paperwork, I believe that Bimmy is a rodent. I believe it, Bimmy. I'm sorry. You need when you Bimmy, when you come out and you talk about this case, you need to really think about what you gonna say, and you need to articulate yourself, and you need to answer the questions very clear. We don't want to hear about the mistaken precincts and nah. Why did you sign the affidavit? So I agree with Zip. But Zip, you never read your paperwork. You got 5 years probation for a cold-blooded murder. I mean, I'm missing something? I'm not from New York. I'm missing something. A lot of us are missing something. So you need to fill that blank. Read your paper. You done read. We know Bimmy's a rat. I agree with you. Again, your name is on the affidavit. You're ratty, kid. Now, Zippy, you need to read your paperwork very clearly. Pull that packet out that got your paperwork in it from being a young teen to whatever you got. And we want to go through it thoroughly. Just like you went through Bimmy's, we want to go through yours. This is what you're not hearing on YouTube. Name one YouTuber coming from this perspective. Name one YouTuber, one content creator that's speaking the real like I'm speaking the real. We want to read your paperwork. Go on your platform, pull all of your paperwork out, and let's thoroughly go through it. And then let us know. Let us know, because you called 10 Toes a raccoon. Now, are you going to call Gully TV a raccoon? Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, my G. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. I'm going to go live on this again tomorrow, but I'm going to do a video so I can give y'all the clips, because the clips, they send them to my DMs. I get to chop them up nice and neat. You know, I love editing those videos, and I get to put those clips in there, because when you see the clips and you see how it's broken down, it's disgusting work. You got Gilly and you got Gilly and Zippy on live, and they talking, and Gilly and Gully TV is saying, hey, you know, I need to see the paperwork. Zip goes on his live next, and he pulls out the paperwork. Gully said he need to see docket numbers. Zippy shows docket numbers. And not only does he show docket numbers, he reads through the whole DD5 and everything else very thoroughly. And then you got Gully doubling back and saying, I don't care what's in there. That's my dog. I'm riding with Bimmy. So if you riding with Bimmy, according to Zip, you're a raccoon. Your name's on the Affidavit. You ratted, kid. Bro, son, yo. What's that? What's that? New York State of Mind Part 2? I swear to God, they used to give us food for thought. They used to give us words to live by. The rap now is just trash. It's garbage. They used to give us words and quotes to live by. I didn't know what an Affidavit was when that album came out, but I knew this much. If I ever heard that your name was on the Affidavit, you ratted, kid. And Bimmy, you said you signed the Affidavit. The YouTube streets are on fire. But I'm here to bring the balance. I'm here to bring the balance. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute to everybody that's gonna tap in afterwards. You understand what I'm saying? I'm really I got the StreamYard popping. But you know, we're gonna do some things. We got some things lined up. We're gonna have some fun with this. But you know, the channel's growing organically. We having fun with this. I told y'all a long time ago, YouTube is the new portal. It's certain things that you can do to instantly get 50,000 and go up to 100,000 subscribers. And it looked like Zippy's willing to do whatever it takes. I'm the only YouTuber that was able to put a Timberland boot in Lil Zippy's ass and send him on his way. I'm the only one. You understand? I like Gully TV. I wouldn't mind having a conversation with Gully TV and pick his brain or speak to him. I'm sure he'll charge you. He for him to talk and do whatever. You probably got to pay, but I would love to ask him, you know, where the change of heart came in at. You know, I thought y'all didn't deal with rats. I thought y'all didn't hang with rats. I thought y'all was, you know, yeah, y'all content creators, y'all civilians. So now it makes sense. So Zip, you a civilian, homie. You trying to expose, well, you ain't trying. You definitely expose Bimmy, but are you going to lean on Gully? Hey, man, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Salute to everybody in the chat. Like I said, man, you know, it's Grown Man Business TV, man. You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. I created a lane for the real. They only come to my channel. They only come to my channel. Salute, my G. Blessings. They only come to my channel for the real in a grown man perspective. I'm always going to come from a whole different perspective because I'm not a follower. I'm no sheep. So I'm not going to sound like all of these other content creators talking about Bimmy. Yeah, we're going to talk about Bimmy, but all men have to be held accountable. So when you expose Bimmy, it's consequences that come with that. And I'm going to speak on that. When you expose Bimmy, it made some of his best friends have to pick a side. They have to pick a, Gully had to pick a side. Gully said, I'm riding with Bimmy. I don't care what Zippy said. That's my man. I rock with Zip, but I don't care what Zip said. I'm rocking with Bimmy. So it's consequences that got to be held due to your actions. And accountability will have to be taken due to your actions. Man, listen, man, you entertain us. I don't come to you come to entertain. You a comedian. You a YouTuber now. You are officially a content creator. Stop acting like you a hooligan. Stop acting like you is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Gang.